In July 2014, the Lions Club handed over some very important sight-saving equipment to the BCVI for their diabetic screening and treatment program. After years of seeing clients with irreparable damage due to undiagnosed and uncontrolled diabetes, the program was initiated to minimize the loss of vision in persons living with the condition.
You can have changes in the back of the eye and not be aware of it. You can be asymptomatic and yet still have problems in the back of the eye, which can lead to blindness.
Ophthalmologist Dr. Baxter McLendon works with the BCVI and has been coming to Belize several times a year for the past 7 years. He has seen firsthand the damage that diabetes is causing in the health of Belizeans.
Diabetes is one of the leading causes of blindness in the world and certainly also in Belize. The problem with diabetes, if you do not keep your diabetes under control, in other words, your glucose in a normal range, then with time you can have problems not only in the eye, but you can have problems in your kidneys or poor circulation to your lower legs. And with time, it can cause loss of vision. The high glucose level, the high sugar level, causes damage to the small blood vessels in the back of the eye. And because they're damaged, they start bleeding, they start oozing lipid material, and also because you don't get enough oxygen to the back of the eye, you start having abnormal new blood vessels growing in the back of the eye. The problem with that is those abnormal blood vessels are fragile and they can bleed, they can hemorrhage. And when you start getting hemorrhages in the back of the eye, then your visual acuity starts decreasing.
Studies show that the longer you are living with diabetes, the more likely you are to develop diabetic retinopathy. And if you don't properly manage your glucose levels, then you're even more at risk.
People come in and they say, oh, I've only had diabetes 3 years, and if I dilate them and look in the back and they already have changes in the back of the eye, hemorrhages, then probably they've had diabetes like 12 years or more. It's only been diagnosed for the last 3 years. People don't get diabetic retinopathy or kidney problems in the first year of being diagnosed with diabetes. The problem with diabetes, it is a chronic disease process. And what happens over the long haul is important. People think, well, I have a glucose level of 200 a day, I feel great, I have a lot to do, I'm not going to be bothered with my 200. That is a bad attitude, because that kind of attitude over months and years can lead to kidney failure. The leading cause of kidney failure in the Belize and also in the United States is due to diabetes. The leading cause that people have a leg cut off in the United States and also Belize is due to diabetes. One of the leading causes of blindness in Belize, in the States, and everywhere is due to diabetes. There are so many people that don't understand how important it is to keep their diabetes under control. Every day, every eye doctor all over Belize talk to their diabetics patients and talk to them how important it is to keep their diabetes under control. Some people understand that and believe it, and a lot of people just don't want to be bothered with that.
The primary aim is to have persons living with diabetes to get yearly screening of their eyes to prevent irreparable damage caused by diabetes. And if damage already exists, then to treat in order to prevent further damage and save the sight of patients.
Catching people when they have early diabetic eye changes is when you want to catch people, not when they've had an acute hemorrhage in the back of the eye and have lost a lot of vision, because those people, then it becomes quite difficult to treat those people and to restore their vision. We want diabetics, especially people that think they're okay, to come in, let us look, let us take some photos, let us screen you and be sure that everything truly is okay in the back of the eye. And that's what this national program is about.
The diabetic retinopathy screening costs $20 and is available on weekdays at your nearest BCVI eye clinic.